Welcome to another episode of the Strategies for the Workplace podcast. Before getting into the article, just a quick reminder that the book from which these articles are taken is now available on Amazon in print and digital Kindle format. Search for Strategies for the Workplace by Jeffrey Kahn. The book has over 220 articles and is a great way to get all the material without having to wait for the weekly podcasts. And now, on to this week's article. Audibles and game time decisions. Business communication is replete with sports expressions. Two examples being calling an audible and making a game time decision. In football, the team on offense approaches the line of scrimmage with a play in mind, likely communicated in the huddle. As the quarterback surveys the defensive alignment, he may choose to adjust the plan, in which case he shouts the revision to the other players, hence the term an audible, since players need to hear the change. This is truly a last-moment modification. A related concept is deferring a decision until just before a game begins. In business, planning is prudent, and yet it may be appropriate to make some choices, say, just before a meeting or right before a product is introduced. An alteration to the plan of record also can be introduced very late in the process, the equivalent of an audible. The point is simply to recognize these expressions and to appreciate that not every decision needs to be made far in advance. Let's apply this a little further. People make game time decisions often, such as deferring where to go to eat until everyone has assembled. Similarly, you may have considered carefully the menu and made your selection, only to change your mind when you were informed of the specials, an adjustment analogous to calling an audible. In general, when making decisions, it is important to determine when the best time is to make a plan firm. Sometimes complex coordination, effective surprise, or other circumstances mandate that plans be crafted far in advance and adhered to without modification, despite changes in local conditions. Other times, you can enjoy the benefit of flexibility by holding off on a specific commitment until quite late in a process. Still other times, even with a plan communicated and about to launch, new information may make proceeding with the current approach foolhardy or worse, and you need to pivot. A related topic is how to deal with a manager who keeps changing a decision, the equivalent of calling multiple audibles in rapid succession. Chaos is likely to follow, and you may find yourself reacting rather than responding, getting wrapped up in the thrashing about. At some juncture, you will have reached your limit, after which, although it is easier to say than to do, attempt to adopt a calm or Zen approach. With each new version of the plan, simply relax and do your best. Of course, as a manager, don't call too many audibles, and especially not too many in one round. The point is to decide when you need to decide something before you decide it. It may be useful to make some decisions later than you initially think, although don't assume this is costless. Should changes be possible near execution time, be certain everyone knows that this can happen, and that you have effective communication channels to ensure all participants get the update.